Hello everyone. Let us read about inchoate offenses. Under BNS, offense can be classified into two: coit offense and inchoate offense. So let me tell you what all offenses come under the category of inchoate offense. So offenses under BNS, that is under Bharatiya Nyaya Sanhita, could be classified into two. It could be coit offenses or inchoate offenses. Coit offenses means they are the complete offenses. For example, murder, mischief, criminal trespass, robbery, dacoity. Whereas inchoate offenses means incomplete offenses. And under BNS, only three offenses come under the inchoate offense की category में. Let me tell you what are those offenses. Offense of abatement is one of the inchoate offense. Let us understand this through example. Suppose there is a person A and he has abated B to murder C. But B has refused. B refuses to murder C. Still, A to be liable for the offense of abatement of murder. हुआ ना incomplete offense. Offense तो हुआ नहीं. Still, liability of A to be there. किस situation में होगा? That I'll let you know. Another offense which falls under the category of inchoate offense is the offense of criminal conspiracy. If there are two persons, C and D, and they have agreed, they have done only mere agreement. बस इन दोनों के बीच में mere agreement है to kill E, और उसके बाद they are busy in preparation for Bihar APO. They have not done anything else. Still, they are liable for the offense of criminal conspiracy. Mere agreement is there to kill E, but they have not done any further act. Still, they will be liable for the offense of criminal conspiracy. And the third inchoate offense under BNS is the offense of criminal attempt. If there is a person X and he interested into Y's pocket with intention to steal, but Y had nothing in his pocket. X pickpocketer है. He entrusts his hand into Y's pocket, but it had nothing. Still, X will be liable for the offense of attempt to theft. Again, an instance of inchoate offense. So there are only three offenses under BNS which falls under the category of inchoate offenses. One is offense of abatement, where A has abated B to murder C. Even if B has refused to murder C, A still will be liable for the offense of abatement of murder. And do you know, he will be liable to be punished with the punishment जो कि हो सकती है, it is equivalent to the offense of murder. Another instance of inchoate offenses is the offense of criminal conspiracy. If C and D has merely agreed that they will be killing E और उसके बाद they have not done a single act, still they'll be liable for the offense of criminal conspiracy. Both C and D to be held liable for the offense of criminal conspiracy. The third instance of inchoate offenses under BNS is the criminal attempt. If X has entrusted his hand into Y's pocket and Y has nothing in his pocket, still X to be made liable for the offense of attempt to theft. तो हुआ ना inchoate offense, offense नहीं हुआ है, still the person is made liable. So let us understand more about these offenses, that is the offense of abatement, offense of criminal conspiracy and criminal attempt to offenses which fall under the category of inchoate offenses. सबसे पहले we'll be understanding the offense of abatement. In the word abatement, word abate is there and word abate means to help a person in doing something. And this something will be usually bad. As we are talking about criminal law, abate करना मतलब help करना, to helping a person in doing something, और ये something क्या होगा, that is will be bad as we are reading the criminal law. In case of abatement, there are two persons. One is abater and another is abated person. In case of abatement, there are two persons. One is abater, another is abated person. Abater is such person who abates the commission of the offense. An abated person is such person to whom abatement is done. In this example, the very first example, A is the abater और जिसे abatement किया गया B, he will be the abated person. So, if the offense is not committed, then also abated to be liable as it is inchoate offense. Even in situation जहां पर abated person is incapable of doing the offense, still that case may be liability of abater will be there. So let us understand how we can abate something and what are the situation जहां पर abater to be made liable irrespective of the fact offense हुआ है या नहीं है, या to whom abatement is done, that is the abated person, that person is incapable of doing the offense or he acted with different intention or knowledge or even he acted innocently, then how liability will be made out. So let us understand through the provisions which are given under the Bharatiya Nyaya Sanhita. Section 45. Do you know all these offenses, that is the offense of abatement, offense of criminal conspiracy and offense of criminal attempt has been provided under chapter 4 from section 45 up till section 62 of the Bharatiya Nyaya Sanhita. So from section 45 up till section 46 of the BNS under chapter 4 we have the provision for inchoate offenses and it contains provision for the offense of abatement, provision for the offense of criminal conspiracy, and provision for the offense of criminal attempt. So let us understand about these offenses which fall in the category of inchoate offenses, which are provided from section 45 up till 62 under chapter 4 of the Bharatiya Nyaya Sanhita. Section 45 of the Act provides for abatement of thing and in order to create culpability, this thing must be an offense. Section 45 हमें देता है 3 modes of abating a thing. How abatement can be done? That has been provided here. It means it gives us 3 modes of abatement. And as I told you, in order to create culpability, this thing must be taken as offense. So let us see how a thing can be abated. It could be done by instigation. So the first clause says that by instigation. Or second clause says that it could be done by conspiracy. And the third clause says it could be by intentional aiding. So let us understand what are these modes, because abatement can be done by instigation. तो firstly clause को हम पढ़ेंगे read with explanation number 1 attached to the section. Instigation मतलब provoke करना, persuade करना, actively encourage करना. So instigating means you are either provoking, persuading, or you are actively encouraging a person to do something. But it should not be mere suggestion. If you say X is burden on this earth, he to be killed, then in that situation this will not amount to abatement by instigation. टेस्ट क्या है कि अगर रीजनेबल मैन टेस्ट होगा, कि अगर हम रीजनेबल मैन को ये स्टेटमेंट बोलते हैं तो क्या he'll be abated, he'll be provoked, he will be persuaded, he will be actively encouraged? Answer is no. So it should be such that a person get excited, he get instigated, he get provoked, he get persuaded to do that thing. He could be actively encouraged by such act, such conduct, or such a statement. Now let us see what is given in explanation number 1. Explanation number 1 says that if a person by willful, if a person is doing either willful misrepresentation of the fact or he is willfully concealing a material fact. तो अगर कोई एक इंसान है जो कि जानबूझकर मिसरिप्रेजेंट कर रहा है, either he is misrepresenting a material fact or he is willfully concealing, तो willful concealment है of material fact का, that will also amount to instigation. as per explanation number 1. Let me explain you through illustration, जो बहुत बार आपके एग्जाम में पूछा भी है. एंड एवरी इलास्ट्रेशन ऑफ द BNS आर टू इम्पॉर्टेंट, सो यू नीड टू कवर एवरी इलास्ट्रेशन फॉर द एग्जाम. हो सकता है डायरेक्ट क्वेश्चन वहां से आ जाए, बिकॉज दिस इज अ की एरिया, यू हैव टू अंडरस्टैंड द कंसेप्ट. हो सकता है डायरेक्ट क्वेश्चन आ जाए और विद स्लाइट मॉडिफिकेशन दे आस्क यू इन योर एग्जाम. सो let us understand this explanation number 1, which says that if there is a willful misrepresentation or willful concealment of a material fact, then that will also amount to instigation. Suppose A is a police officer and he has got the order through court, through warrant to apprehend Z. तो Z को अरेस्ट करने का ऑर्डर A के पास आया है, who is the police officer. There is a person B, he knows that C is not Z. Obviously C is some different person. B ये जानता है कि C Z नहीं है, लेकिन when police officer come, so he willfully misrepresent C to be Z. और होता क्या है, पुलिस ऑफिसर इंस्टेड ऑफ अरेस्टिंग Z, वो C को अरेस्ट करके चला जाता है. Now let us see the liability of A, police officer, and B. A would not be liable for any offense because he'll get the defense of mistake of fact, that is bound by law. He'll get the defense of section 14. General defenses are those situations जहां पर person is completely exonerated from his liability, which are provided in chapter 3 of the BNS from section 14 up till 44. तो पुलिस ऑफिसर की तो कोई liability नहीं होगी because he'll get the defense of bound by law, that is mistake of fact का defense, and he'll get the section 14 of the BNS का defense. What about B? Is he liable for the offense of abatement? And he has done the offense of abatement by instigation, as he has done willful misrepresentation. He was knowing this fact कि C is not Z, still he has represented so. Answer is yes. So if willful misrepresentation is there or willful concealment है किसी material fact का, then that will also amount to the offense of instigation. So instigation means it is either provoking, persuading, encouraging a person to do some act, or obviously in order to create culpability, that act must be the offense. Let us understand how conspiracy abatement can be done. When two or more person, so second clause of 45 says that when two or more person agree to commit offense, but mere agreement will not make them liable. केवल agreement अगर किया है then they'll not liable for abatement by conspiracy. इस agreement के साथ साथ there must be some act or illegal omission in pursuance of it. तो जब दो या दो से ज्यादा पर्सन ने अग्रीमेंट किया है, किस बात का अग्रीमेंट किया है, किसी ऑफेंस करने के लिए दे हैव अग्रीड, क्योंकि बताया है ना कि थिंक का मतलब इट विल बी एन ऑफेंस. साथ साथ में देयर मस्ट बी सम एक्ट और इलीगल ओमिशन इन पर्सन्स ऑफ इट, then only it will be said कि abatement by conspiracy has been done. So mere agreement will not make a person liable for abatement by conspiracy. This is one of the difference between abatement by conspiracy and offense of criminal conspiracy. Offense of criminal conspiracy अभी बताऊंगी in a short while. वहां पर mere agreement to do the offense will make the person liable, जो हमने एग्जाम्पल में भी शुरू में देखा था in the first chart. बट इन केस ऑफ अबेटमेंट बाय कॉन्स्पिरेसी, अग्रीमेंट के साथ साथ देयर मस्ट बी सम एक्ट और इलीगल ओमिशन which should be done in pursuance of it. Let us see third clause of section 45, which is by intentional aiding. So abatement can be done by intentional aiding. Intentional aiding means aid karna with intention to aid. It means helping somebody with intention to help, that is called as intentional aiding. And in case of intentional aiding also, there must be some act or illegal omission in pursuance of it. So this is the thirdly clause of section 45 of the BNS. और ये थर्ड क्लॉज को हम पढ़ेंगे विथ एक्सप्लेनेशन नंबर 2. जैसे हमने इंस्टिगेशन को पढ़ा था ना, विथ रेड विथ इलस्ट्रेशन. द फर्स्ट वन, फर्स्ट क्लॉज अबेटमेंट बाय इंस्टिगेशन को दैट वी हैव रेड विथ ना एक्सप्लेनेशन नंबर 1. सिमिलरली हम थर्डली क्लॉज को पढ़ेंगे विथ एक्सप्लेनेशन नंबर 2, which is appended to section 45. Explanation number 2 says that the offense must be committed with the help of that intentional aid. इसीलिए ये जो थर्ड क्लॉज है ये एक्सेप्शन है टू द मेन रूल ऑफ अबेटमेंट. अबेटमेंट के केस में ऑफेंस हो ना हो, लायबिलिटी विल बी देयर. इट इज एन इनकम्प्लीट ऑफेंस, इन कोर्ट ऑफेंस. ऑफेंस नहीं होगा, स्टिल लायबिलिटी विल बी देयर. यानी अगर इंस्टिगेशन के थ्रू अबेटमेंट हुआ है, ऑफेंस हो या ना हो, दैट मेक नो डिफरेंस. कॉन्स्पिरेसी के थ्रू अबेटमेंट हैज बीन डन, ऑफेंस हो या ना हो, दैट मेक नो डिफरेंस. लेकिन अगर इंटेंशनल एड का इस्तेमाल हुआ है अबेटमेंट करने के लिए, देन इन दैट केस ऑफेंस मस्ट बी कमिटेड विद दैट एड. हाउ वी कम टू नो दैट thirdly clause of section 45 is to be read with explanation number 2. और इसी explanation number 2 में it says that with the help of that aid it facilitate the commission of the offense thereof. ये जो शब्द है ना, facilitate the commission of the offense thereof, यही बता रहा है कि offense must be committed with the help of that aid. जो aid दी गई है अगर उसकी मदद से offense नहीं होगा, then it will be the case of attempt to abatement, not abatement. Let me make you understand. Do remember this thirdly clause is exception to the main rule. And how we get to know from explanation number 2? Let me explain you with the help of illustration. Suppose there are two persons C and D who are fighting. And there is a person E. जब ये दोनों are in the stage of fighting, E has handed over knife. Let it be Rampuri knife to C. और C उस knife का इस्तेमाल करके stab करता है D को and D dies. C will be liable for the offense of murder. There is no confusion. He has killed D by stabbing. What about E's liability? Is he liable for abatement of murder? And he has done that murder by intentional aiding? Yes. लेकिन अगर इसी सिचुएशन में, सपोज दिस इज फर्स्ट सिचुएशन, देयर इज सेकंड सिचुएशन जहां पर जब ई उसे चाकू थमाता है, सी हैज थ्रोन दैट नाइफ एंड रादर सी हैज पिक्ड अप अ स्टोन और उस पत्थर से हिट करता है डी को एंड डी डाइज. सी की लायबिलिटी तो मर्डर के लिए ही रहेगी. What about the liability of in this situation who has handed over the knife to C but that knife has not been used by the accused. तो यहाँ पर E will be liable for the offense of attempt to abatement. By intentional aiding, क्योंकि आपको बताया है ना, abatement by intentional aiding is exception to the main rule. तो यहाँ पर offense होना चाहिए with the help of that aid as in first situation, then only abater will be liable for the offense of abatement by intentional aiding. Otherwise, if that aid is not being used, he too liable for the offense of attempt to abatement. तो I believe abatement करते कैसे हैं, that is clear to you. It could be done by three ways. It could be done by instigation. Instigation means provoke करना, persuade करना, actively encourage करना. It should not be mere suggestion. If a person willful misrepresent और willful conceal करता है किसी material fact को, that will also amount to instigation. As in this case, B has willfully misrepresented C as Z and caused the apprehension of C. So B to be liable for abatement by instigation, and how he has instigated, by willful misrepresentation. Second way is by conspiracy. In case of conspiracy, two or more person when they agree to commit the offense, तो जब दो या दो से ज्यादा लोग अग्रीमेंट करते हैं कोई ऑफेंस करने के लिए, एंड मियर एग्रीमेंट इज नॉट सफिशिएंट, आफ्टर दैट एग्रीमेंट देयर इज सम एक्ट और इलीगल ओमिशन. इलीगल ओमिशन क्यों? लास्ट क्लास में वी हैव सीन एवरी ओमिशन विल नॉट मेक द पर्सन लायबल under criminal law. It is only the illegal omission. It means such thing which law in which he has been imposed with legal duty to perform, और वो अगर उसने नहीं परफॉर्म किया है, then only liability will be there. So act or illegal omission must be there in pursuance of such agreement, then it will be the case of abatement by conspiracy. Or it could be the case of abatement by intentional aiding. Intentional aiding means aid करना with intention to aid. And thirdly clause will be read with explanation number 2, जो कहता है कि offense must be committed with the that aid because the term facilitate the commission thereof has been used. It means offense होना चाहिए with the help of that aid which has been supplied by the abater. If not, it will be the attempt to abatement, as I have explained you through this example. Who is abater? शुरू में हमने मतलब समझा था, such person who abates the offense. Who abates the offense मतलब such person who abates the commission of the offense. So abater has been provided under section 46 of the Act. And there are 5 explanations attached to this 6th section, and these 5 explanations are the golden rules जो हमें बताते हैं how abater to be made liable, how it is an inchoate offense, how he will be always liable irrespective of the fact कि abated person has done the act with innocent mindset, or he is incapable by law of doing it, or even if he has refused it, then also still abater to be made liable. तो let us see कौन कौन से golden principle हमें दिए गए हैं under explanation. So attached to section 46. Section 46 is about the offense of abatement, और यहाँ पर specifically they have provided that who is called as abater. Abater means such person who abates the offense. Abates the offense मतलब who abates the commission of the offense. Second part में they are providing in form of test कि अगर abater ने कोई act abate किया है, if that would be an offense, if committed by the person who is capable by law of committing it, then he will be liable. तो अगर हमें डिसाइड करना हो कि लायबिलिटी है कि नहीं अबेटर की, तो यही टेस्ट है कि जो भी एक्ट अबेटर ने अबेट किया है, अगर सेम एक्ट इज डन बाय सच पर्सन जो कि लॉ में कैपेबल है ऑफेंस करने के लिए, it means he should not be the minor, he should not be the unsound mind person, he should not be falling in general exceptions में, then he will be liable. So second part में it is being said that if he has abated such an act which would be an offense is committed by a person who is capable by law of committing it, then he will also called as the abater. तो abater का मतलब शुरू में ही हमने समझा था कि it is such person who abates the commission of the offense or who abates such an act which would be an offense if committed by the person who are capable by law in committing it. Now let us read about the explanations. There are 5 explanations attached to it, but before going into detail of this explanation, as we have seen, there are 3 modes of abatement: by instigation, by conspiracy and by intentional aiding. तो कौन से केस में offense should be committed in consequence of the abatement? क्या intentional aiding में offense होना चाहिए? That is mandatory? नहीं. What about criminal conspiracy? Not at all. It is only the intentional aiding जहां पर offense to be committed. We all know that abatement can be done by instigation, by criminal conspiracy and by intentional aiding. In which case offense to be committed? Instigation में जरूरी है क्या? Not at all. By conspiracy, not by criminal conspiracy, just conspiracy is there. Abatement by conspiracy, क्योंकि criminal conspiracy तो independent offense है, which I'll make you understand. So conspiracy के केस में offense होना चाहिए क्या? No, not at all. Intentional aiding के केस में yes, it should be committed. What about the act or illegal omission in pursuance of it? Whether that is required in case of instigation? Answer is no. Whether that is required in case of abatement by conspiracy? Answer is yes. Whether that is required in case of intentional aiding? Answer is again yes. So we have seen that कि अगर abatement हुआ है by instigation or by conspiracy, then there is no need कि out of that abatement offense to be committed, but by intentional aiding that offense to be committed with the help of such aid, otherwise that abater to be liable for the offense of attempt to abatement, not for the abatement to such offense. Act or illegal omission is only required in case of abatement by conspiracy and abatement by intentional aiding. It is not required by abatement by instigation के केस में. Now let us come back to section 46. 46 is about abater, the one who abates the commission of the offense or who abates such an act which would be an offense if done by such person जो कि capable है law में of doing it, that will be called as the abater. Now let us read explanations which contain the golden rules regarding the offense of abatement. Explanation number 1 says that abatement of illegal omission also amounts to ऑफेंस ऑफ अबेटमेंट। ऑफेंस ऑफ अबेटमेंट उन केसेस में भी होगा जहां पर एक इंसान ने इलीगल ओमिशन को अबेट किया है। लेट मी एक्सप्लेन थ्रू एन एग्जाम्पल। सपोज देयर इज अ पर्सन ए and A is a civilian and there is a person B who has taken the job of lifesaver. It means his job is to save the drowning person, and let it be they are near the river bank और वहां पर there is a person C who is drowning and he is shouting बचाओ बचाओ, save me save me. A B को इंस्टिगेट करता है not to save C, कहता है बचाने की कोई जरूरत नहीं, he is already a very bad man, उसने बहुत पाप किए, let him be killed by drowning. Now let us decide the liability of A, क्योंकि जब A को liable ठहराया जाता है for the offense of abatement of murder, तो he took the defense कि how I am made liable, क्योंकि अगर मैं C को नहीं बचाता there is no liability of me as that is not illegal omission in me. So if something is not an offense in me, then how can I abate something which is not an offense in me? तो ए ये डिफेंस लेना चाह रहा है कि जब कोई चीज मेरे में ऑफेंस ही नहीं है तो मैं उस चीज को अबेट कैसे कर सकता हूं? Is he allowed to take that defense? Answer is absolute no. And the reasoning is explanation number 1. If a person does the abatement of illegal omission, that will also amount to the offense of abatement. वो ये डिफेंस नहीं ले सकता कि वो एक्ट तो मेरे में ऑफेंस ही नहीं है, हाउ आई कैन अबेट समथिंग जो कि मेरे पार्ट पे ऑफेंस नहीं है. Such defense is not allowed because that will lead to misuse of justice. So abatement of illegal omission will also amount to abatement as per explanation number 1. एक्सप्लेनेशन नंबर 2 हमको इंप्रेशन देता है दैट दिस ऑफेंस ऑफ अबेटमेंट इज द इनक्विट ऑफेंस, क्योंकि एक्सप्लेनेशन 2 ही कहता है कि ये जरूरी नहीं है कि अबेटेड एक्ट मस्ट बी कमिटेड इन कॉन्सिक्वेंस ऑफ द अबेटमेंट. लेट अस अंडरस्टैंड एक्सप्लेनेशन नंबर 2. एक्सप्लेनेशन 2 सेज दैट इट इज नॉट नेसेसरी that abated act must be committed ये जरूरी नहीं है कि अबेटेड एक्ट जो है वो हो ही, बिकॉज दिस इज एन इनक्विट ऑफेंस. ऑफेंस हो या ना हो, abater always to be made liable. Let us understand with the help of example. Suppose there is a person A, he has abated B to murder C, लेकिन B कहता है, he refuses, कहता है कि मर्डर समझने के लिए it is not necessary to kill somebody. He refuses. What about the liability of A? जो नहीं पढ़ के जाएगा वो ये बोलेगा A should not be made liable for any offense, क्योंकि offense तो हुआ नहीं. But that is not the case. A to be liable for the offense of abatement of murder, क्योंकि ये इनकोइट ऑफेंस है. ये जरूरी नहीं है कि अबेटेड एक्ट हो ही तभी लाइबिलिटी होगी. अबेटेड एक्ट हो रहा है नहीं हो रहा है, अबेटर ऑल टू बी मेड liable. That has been so provided under explanation number 2. Explanation number 3 हमें ये कहता है कि ये जरूरी नहीं है कि जो abated person है he should be capable by law of committing the offense, or he should act with same guilty intention or knowledge as that of the abater. तो एक्सप्लेनेशन नंबर 3 हमें ये कहना चाह रहे हैं कि जो अबेटर है वो हमेशा लायबल होगा इररिस्पेक्टिव ऑफ द फैक्ट कि जो अबेटेड पर्सन है जिसने ऑफेंस किया है he acted with different mindset या he has acted with innocent mindset or he is incapable by law of committing any offense. So explanation 3 says that it is immaterial or it is not necessary that abated person should act with same intention or knowledge as that of abater. और ये भी जरूरी नहीं है that abated person should be capable by law of committing offense. It means अगर abated person incapable है लॉ के द्वारा टू डू दी ऑफेंस, इट मीन्स अगर वो कोई भी ऑफेंस करेगा दैट विल बी नो ऑफेंस ऑन हिज पार्ट. हो सकता है कि दैट इज अ माइनर पर्सन और ही कुड बी अनसाउंड माइंड पर्सन और ही कुड बी इंटॉक्सिकेटेड पर्सन. हो सकता है कि दैट अबेटेड पर्सन हैज एक्टेड इनोसेंटली बिलीविंग poison to be sugar. But in all the cases abater to be liable always. तो ये जरूरी नहीं है कि जो अबेटेड पर्सन है वो उसी गिल्टी माइंडसेट के साथ काम करे एज दैट ऑफ अबेटर, और ये भी जरूरी नहीं है कि ही शुड बी कैपेबल बाय लॉ ऑफ कमिटिंग द ऑफेंस एज पर एक्सप्लेनेशन नंबर 3. लेट अस अंडरस्टैंड दिस with the help of example. Suppose there is a person C and this C has instigated a child D who is less than 7 years. तो C जो है वो D who is a child less than 7 years इसको instigate करता है to kill E, और D in consequence of the abatement has killed E. D की तो कोई liability नहीं होगी because he'll get the defense of doli in capex as he is below 7 years. Nothing is an offense which is done by a person who is less than 7 years of age. It means he'll get the defense of section 20 of the BNS. What about the liability of C? क्या C liable होगा for the offense of abatement of murder? Answer is yes. तो C की liability होगी abatement of murder के लिए irrespective of the fact कि जिसको उसने abate किया है that person is incapable by law of doing the offense. Now let us see explanation number 4. Explanation 4 to section 46 says that abatement of offense of abatement is the offense of abatement. Abatement of offense of abatement is the offense of abatement. Let us understand this with the help of an example. Suppose there is a person A, he has instigated B and B has instigated C to murder D and ultimately C has murdered D. तो C की liability पे तो there is no doubt, he to be made liable for the offense of murder. What about the liability of A and B? क्या इनको भी हम abatement of murder के लिए liable ठहराएं? Yes. As per explanation number 4, which says that abatement of offense of abatement is the offense of abatement. Now, let us see the fifth explanation, which is given under BNS with respect to section 46. It says that if abatement is done by conspiracy, यानी ये secondly clause of 45 पे ही लगेगा. It says that if abatement is done by conspiracy, तो ये जरूरी नहीं है कि जो abater है वो consult करे with the person who has committed the offense. Mere involvement is sufficient. ये जरूरी नहीं है कि abater की consult मतलब agreement हो, बातचीत हो, unknown भी हो सकते हैं. If involvement is there, abater to be made liable. Let me explain. Explanation 5 says that if there is abatement and this abatement is there by conspiracy, then it is not essential that abater to consult with the person, abater to consult with the person who has committed offense. Mere involvement is sufficient. Mere involvement is sufficient. Let me explain explanation number 5 through an example. Suppose A and B have agreed, इनके बीच में agreement हुआ है that A to kill D by administering poison. Between A and B there is an agreement that they will be killing D by administering poison, और A ही administer करेगा poison to D. There is a person C जिसे B कहता है to procure poison लाने के लिए, और B discloses the fact कि ये poison का इस्तेमाल होगा for killing a person, लेकिन ये नहीं बताता है who is going to kill whom, कौन किसे मारेगा. That fact is not been disclosed by B to C, लेकिन ये बता दिया है कि you have to procure poison लेकर आना है, and that poison will be used for killing a person. And ultimately C has brought the poison, he has handed over to B. B ने उस poison को A को दिया, and A has ultimately given that poison to D, and D dies by consuming that poisonous item. Now let us decide their liability. A पे तो there is no confusion, he to be made liable for the offense of murder. B पे भी there is no confusion, he is the abater and he is to be liable for the offense of abatement of murder. What about the liability of the abater C? क्या C को भी हम abatement of murder के लिए liable ठहराएं, even though he has no consent, no agreement with A? Answer is yes. As C is involved, अभी हमने पढ़ा है ना कि mere involvement is sufficient. Consent, agreement नहीं जरूरी है with the accused of the abater. So both B and C, they to be liable for the offense of abatement of murder as they are abater in this case. So this was explanation number 5. So what we have read up till now regarding abatement, we have seen that abatement is one of the inchoate offense, and अबेट करना मतलब हेल्प करना किसी चीज को करने में, और ये चीज ऑब्वियसली एज वी आर रीडिंग क्रिमिनल लॉ तो कुछ बैड ही होगी. एंड हाउ दैट अबेटमेंट विल बी डन, दैट वी हैव सीन, that has been provided under section 45. It could be done by instigation, by conspiracy, or by intentional aiding. Instigation means actively encouraging, provoking, persuading a person to do. In case of instigation, कोई भी एक्ट या इलीगल ओमिशन इन परसुएंस ऑफ इट नहीं चाहिए, और ना ही ये जरूरी है कि ऑफेंस होना चाहिए इन कॉन्सिक्वेंस ऑफ अबेटमेंट बाय इंस्टिगेशन. If a person willfully misrepresent or willfully conceal a material fact, that will also amount to instigation. Second mode of abating a thing is by conspiracy. When two or more person conspire, it means when two or more person agree to do the offense, and after the agreement, if there is any illegal omission or act in pursuance of it, then that to be called as abatement by conspiracy. That we have seen कि when two or more person agree to commit any offense and there is act or illegal omission in pursuance of it, then it will be said that abatement by conspiracy is done. In case of abatement by conspiracy, there must be any act or illegal omission in pursuance of it, लेकिन offense हो that is not required. बस agreement के साथ कोई act या illegal omission होना चाहिए in pursuance of it. It could be the case जहां पर abatement can be done by intentional aiding, and this thirdly clause is to be read with explanation 2 of section 45, which says that with that intentional aid, offense must be committed and there must be act or illegal omission in pursuance of it. So in case of intentional aiding, offense होना चाहिए with the help of that aid, और साथ साथ में there must be act or illegal omission in pursuance of it. If with that intentional aid, with that abater has given, that is not being used in the commission of the offense, then that will be the case of attempt to abatement. Abater, there are two persons in case of abatement. It is the abater and abated person. One who abates will be called as abater, and abater has been provided in section 46 of the BNS. Abater means such person जो कि abate कर रहा है offense को, यानी abate कर रहा है commission of the offense, or he abates the commission of such act जो कि offense होगा if done by such person जो कि law में capable है of doing the offense. And then we have seen the golden rules which are given in the explanation attached to section 46. Explanation number 1 says that if there is abatement of illegal omission, that will also amount to the offense of abatement. Abater could not take the defense कि that is not an offense in me, so I should not be made liable. As in this case, when A has abated B not to save C, which is illegal omission on his part. अगर B C को नहीं बचाता, as he is a lifesaver, he will be responsible, as his legal duty is there to save drowning person. Still, as A has no legal duty to save C, still if he has abated illegal omission, he to be made liable as per explanation number 1. Explanation number 2 says that ये जरूरी नहीं है कि abated act हो ही in consequence of the abatement. For example, when A has abated B to murder C and B has refused, still A to be liable for the offense of abatement of murder. Let us understand this with help of one more example. Suppose there is a person A, suppose there is a person X, he has abated Y to kill Z, and in consequence of abatement Y ने Z को stab किया, but Z is all being saved. When he was admitted to the hospital, he is all saved. Now let us decide the liability. Y will be liable for the offense of attempt to murder of Z, क्योंकि Y stab तो करता है लेकिन Z बच जाता है. What about the liability of X? Is he liable for abatement of murder? Answer is yes. Please don't write abatement of attempt to murder. Why? Because this is the inchoate offense. Offense हो ना हो, the act which abater has abated, he to be liable for that act. बस टेस्ट यही है कि वो abated act offense होना चाहिए if that is committed by such person जो law में capable है offense करने के लिए. So in this example where X has abated Y to stab Z, Y in consequence of the abatement stab किया है, but Z is all being saved. Y to be only liable for the offense of attempt to murder, but X as he is the abater and as abatement का offense is the inchoate offense, so he to be liable for abatement of murder. Explanation 3 says that ये जरूरी नहीं है कि जो अबेटेड पर्सन है वो लॉ में कैपेबल हो ऑफेंस करने के लिए, ना ही ये जरूरी है कि उसका सेम इंटेंशन नॉलेज हो एज दैट ऑफ द अबेटर. कई बार वो इनोसेंटली भी काम कर सकता है, और ही कुड बी अ माइनर अनसाउंड माइंड पर्सन, इंटॉक्सिकेटेड पर्सन, जिसकी कोई लायबिलिटी नहीं है इन लॉ. लेट अस अंडरस्टैंड दिस विद द हेल्प ऑफ इलस्ट्रेशन. इफ देयर इज अ सी who has abated a child who is below 7 years to kill E, और ये बच्चा इन कॉन्सिक्वेंस ऑफ द अबेटमेंट ई को मार देता है, डी की तो कोई लायबिलिटी नहीं होगी. दैट चाइल्ड विल इनकर नो लायबिलिटी एज ही विल गेट द डिफेंस ऑफ सेक्शन 20 डोली इन कैपेक्स. He is incapable of framing guilty mind. Doli in capex means incapable of framing guilty mind, and nothing is an offense which is done by a person who is below 7 years, but still C to be made liable for the offense of abatement of murder as per explanation number 3. Explanation 4 says that abatement of offense of abatement is the offense of abatement. If A has abated B, if B has abated C to murder D and D in consequence has murdered D, C to be made liable for the offense of murder, or A or B both to be made liable for the offense of abatement of murder. हमेशा आप याद रखना कि जब बहुत सारे पर्सन इन्वॉल्व हो इन द कमिशन ऑफ द ऑफेंस, तो जो विक्टिम के सबसे बगल में हो वहां से आप लायबिलिटी डिसाइड करने की कोशिश करना, बिकॉज इफ यू विल बी डिसाइडिंग द लायबिलिटी फ्रॉम द पर्सन हु इज क्लोजेस्ट टू द विक्टिम, आप सही लायबिलिटी डिसाइड करोगे. अगर शुरू से किया है तो यू माइट एंड अप इन आंसरिंग रॉन्ग लायबिलिटी. Explanation 5 says that if abatement by conspiracy is there, तो इट इज नॉट एसेंशियल कि जो अबेटर है उसका कोई एग्रीमेंट हो, कोई कंसर्ट हो विद द पर्सन हु हैज कमिटेड द ऑफेंस. mere involvement of the abater is sufficient to made him liable. तो A और B के बीच में एग्रीमेंट होता है that they will be killing a person D and it is being agreed कि A ही administer करेगा poison. B has asked C to be bring poison without disclosing who will be killing whom, लेकिन ये fact बता दिया कि it is for the killing of a human being. C has brought that poison, he has given ultimately to B, और B ने A को दिया और ultimately A ने D को administer कर दिया. Who died by consuming that? A to be liable for the offense of murder and B and C both to be liable for the offense of abatement of murder. So it is not necessary कि C should have some concert, some agreement with A as per explanation number 5. Now how abater to be punished? दो कॉन्सिक्वेंस हो सकता है कि ऑफेंस हो जाए इन कॉन्सिक्वेंस ऑफ द अबेटमेंट, या हो सकता है ऑफेंस इज नॉट कमिटेड. सो हाउ टू डिसाइड द पनिशमेंट ऑफ द ऑफेंस ऑफ अबेटमेंट? तो सबसे पहले तो हम ये चेक करेंगे कि ऐसा तो नहीं कि अबेटमेंट ऑफ दैट पर्टिकुलर ऑफेंस के लिए एक्सप्रेस प्रोविजन इज देयर. इफ एक्सप्रेस प्रोविजन इज देयर देन दिस विल नॉट बी एप्लीकेबल. तो वो पर्टिकुलर एक्सप्रेस प्रोविजन लग जाएगा. लेकिन अगर अबेटमेंट को पनिश करने के लिए देयर इज नो एक्सप्रेस प्रोविजन तो फॉलोइंग विल अप्लाई. दो कॉन्सिक्वेंस हो सकता है अबेटमेंट का, या तो ऑफेंस हो सकता है या नहीं हो सकता है. तो देयर आर टू पॉसिबिलिटी इन कॉन्सिक्वेंस ऑफ द अबेटमेंट. पहला हो सकता है कि ऑफेंस इज कमिटेड in consequence of abatement. दूसरा है offense is not committed in consequence of abatement. तो अगर offense commit हो जाता है in consequence of the abatement, then in that case section 49 of the BNS to apply. If the offense is not committed in consequence of the abatement, तो either of these section, या तो section 55 या 56 will be applicable. So let us understand these section, which is the punishment clause for the offense of abatement. So let us see first situation. Offense हो जा रहा है in consequence of the abatement. So if offense is committed in consequence of the abatement, and there is no express provision to make that abatement punishable, तो उस अबेटमेंट को पनिश करने के लिए अगर हमारे पास कोई एक्सप्रेस प्रोविजन नहीं है तो अबेटर टू बी गिवन सेम अमाउंट ऑफ पनिशमेंट एज इज फॉर द ऑफेंस. अबेटर को हम उतनी ही पनिशमेंट देंगे एज इज देयर फॉर द मेन ऑफेंस. तो अगर ऑफेंस हुआ है इन कॉन्सिक्वेंस ऑफ द अबेटमेंट, उस अबेटमेंट को पनिश करने के लिए हमारे पास कोई एक्सप्रेस प्रोविजन नहीं है अंडर द भारतीय न्याय संहिता, तो अबेटर को उतनी ही पनिशमेंट मिलेगी जितने की मेन ऑफेंस के लिए है. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, इफ सपोज देयर इज अ पर्सन ए एंड ही हैज अबेटेड बी टू किल सी, और बी ने अल्टीमेटली सी को किल कर दिया. आउट ऑफ दैट अबेटमेंट बी की लायबिलिटी तो बड़े आसानी से आप डिसाइड कर लोगे. 103 सबसेक्शन 1 के अकॉर्डिंग, विच इज द पनिशमेंट क्लॉज फॉर द ऑफेंस ऑफ मर्डर अंडर BNS. व्हाट अबाउट द लायबिलिटी ऑफ ए, जिसने अबेट किया है मर्डर को? इट मींस ही इज लायबल फॉर द अबेटमेंट ऑफ मर्डर. तो सबसे पहले आप ये चेक करोगे कि क्या मर्डर का अबेटमेंट कहीं अलग से पनिशेबल है, वेदर वी हैव एक्सप्रेस प्रोविजन फॉर punishment of it. Answer is no. Then in that case 49 of the BNS to be applicable, और 49 ये कहता है कि अबेटर को हम उतनी ही पनिशमेंट देंगे जितनी की मेन ऑफेंस की है. यानी अबेटर कुड बी इवन गिवन डेथ सेंटेंस और लाइफ इम्प्रिजमेंट, विच इज द फॉर्म ऑफ द पनिशमेंट फॉर द ऑफेंस ऑफ मर्डर. नाउ लेट अस सी दो सिचुएशन, दैट इज द सेकेंड सिचुएशन जहां पर ऑफेंस नहीं हुआ है इन कॉन्सिक्वेंस ऑफ द अबेटमेंट. तो इफ ऑफेंस इज नॉट कमिटेड इन कॉन्सिक्वेंस ऑफ द अबेटमेंट, तो सबसे पहले हम देखेंगे कि वो ऑफेंस की पनिशमेंट कितनी थी विच हैज बीन अबेटेड. तो सच ऑफेंस इज नॉट कमिटेड इन कॉन्सिक्वेंस ऑफ द अबेटमेंट. तो फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल विल सी व्हाट इज द क्वांटम ऑफ द पनिशमेंट ऑफ दैट ऑफेंस, क्योंकि पनिशमेंट ही हमें बताएगी कि क्या सेक्शन 55 है जो लगेगा और इट इज section 56 of the BNS which is to be applicable. तो if the offense which is being abated, जो नहीं हुआ है in consequence of the abatement, if that is punishable with death sentence or with life imprisonment, then in that case section 55 of the BNS will apply. तो अगर ऐसा ऑफेंस है जिसे अबेट किया है, उसकी पनिशमेंट डेथ सेंटेंस है या लाइफ इम्प्रिजमेंट है, देन इन दैट केस सेक्शन 55 टू अप्लाई. लेकिन अगर वो ऑफेंस ऐसा है विच इज पनिशेबल विथ इम्प्रिजमेंट, देन इन दैट केस सेक्शन 56 of the BNS to apply. Let me explain you these section. Section 55 of the BNS ये कहता है कि if offense is such which has been abated is punishable with either death sentence, this is death sentence, this is life imprisonment, और वो offense नहीं होता है in consequence of the, that offense is not committed in consequence of the abatement, then in that case abater to be made liable with imprisonment जो कि 7 साल तक जा सकती है and fine. So abater to be made liable for imprisonment which can go up till 7 years and fine. punishment से भी सवाल आता है, they ask you from the punishment. लेकिन अगर मानो ऑफेंस तो नहीं हुआ लेकिन हर्ट कॉज हो गई, if hurt is caused, then in that case abater to be made liable with imprisonment which can go up till 14 years and fine. Let me explain section 55 to you with the help of example, with the help of illustration. Suppose A is there जिसने B को अबेट किया है to murder C, but B have refused to do so. B ने मना कर दिया, ऑफेंस नहीं हुआ है, तो क्या देखेंगे? मर्डर की पनिशमेंट पहले देखेंगे, इज इट पनिशेबल विद डेथ सेंटेंस? यस. तो कौन सा सेक्शन लग जाएगा? 55. तो अबेटर ए को कितनी पनिशमेंट मिलेगी? इम्प्रिजमेंट, जो कि जा सकती है 7 ईयर्स तक, साथ साथ में फाइन. लेकिन अगर इसी सिचुएशन में दूसरी सिचुएशन लेते हैं, बी ने सी का मर्डर तो नहीं किया, लेकिन इन दैट प्रोसेस हर्ट इज बीइंग कॉज टू सी, हर्ट कॉज किया गया सी को, देन इन दैट केस ए की पनिशमेंट बढ़ सकती है एंड इट कुड गो अप टिल 14 years and fine. That is so provided under section 55 of the act. section 56 हमें यह कहता है that if the offense which is being abated is punishable with imprisonment and that offense has not been committed in consequence of the abatement, then in that case abater को हम punishment देंगे जो कि 1/2 of the maximum imprisonment तक जा सकती है, और fine or both. So abater could be given imprisonment which can go up till, ये आपसे एग्जाम में पूछते हैं, 1/4 of the maximum imprisonment which is provided for that offense, or it could be fine or it could be both. लेकिन अगर अबेटर या अबेटेड पर्सन में से कोई भी, either the abater or the abated person is a public servant जिसकी ड्यूटी है टू प्रिवेंट द कमिशन ऑफ द ऑफेंस, तब उस केस में अबेटर की पनिशमेंट बढ़ जाएगी एंड इट कुड बी इम्प्रिजमेंट विच कैन गो अप टिल 1/2 of the maximum which is provided for that offense, or it could be fine or it could be both. Let me explain again what I have explained you. Section 56 of the BNS applies in that situation जहां पर जो ऑफेंस अबेट किया गया है by the abater that is punishable with imprisonment, और वो ऑफेंस नहीं करता है अबेटेड पर्सन इन कॉन्सिक्वेंस ऑफ द अबेटमेंट। तो अबेटर को कितनी पनिशमेंट दे? ऑब्वियसली ये सारे प्रोविजन तभी लगेंगे व्हेन देयर इज नो एक्सप्रेस प्रोविजन टू मेक दैट सिचुएशन पनिशेबल। तो अबेटर को इम्प्रिजमेंट मिलेगी जो कि मैक्सिमम जा सकती है, जो इम्प्रिजमेंट है उस ऑफेंस का उसका 1/4 तक, जो मैक्सिमम इम्प्रिजमेंट है उस ऑफेंस का उसका 1/4 निकालेंगे एंड इट कैन गो अप टिल मैक्सिमम टू दैट पीरियड, और इट कुड बी फाइन और बोथ। लेकिन अगर अबेटर या अबेटेड पर्सन में से कोई भी एक पब्लिक सर्वेंट है जिसकी ड्यूटी है टू प्रिवेंट द कमिशन ऑफ द ऑफेंस, देन इन दैट केस अबेटर टू बी गिवन विथ इम्प्रिजमेंट जो कि 1/2 ऑफ द मैक्सिमम इम्प्रिजमेंट हो जाएगी, और इट कुड बी फाइन और इट कुड बी बोथ। तो डू रिमेंबर, अगर अबेटर या अबेटेड पर्सन में कोई भी पब्लिक सर्वेंट है तो अबेटर की पनिशमेंट 1/2 ऑफ द मैक्सिमम हो जाएगी, बट इफ nobody is public servant it could be 1/4 of the maximum imprisonment of that offense जिसको abate किया गया है, which is not been done, and that could be given to the abater. Let us understand with the help of example. Suppose A is a police officer जिसकी ड्यूटी है टू प्रिवेंट द कमिशन ऑफ द ऑफेंस। A जो है B को अबेट करता है टू कमिट द ऑफेंस ऑफ द रॉबरी, और B जो है मना कर देता है, he refuses that I will not be doing so. अब सवाल ये है कि ए को हम जो कि अबेटर है कितनी पनिशमेंट दें? तो आप क्या चेक करोगे? रॉबरी की पनिशमेंट, तब तो पता चलेगा कि 55 लगेगा या 56 लगेगा। इट कुड बी 56 विच विल बी एप्लीकेबल एज ही इज अ पुलिस ऑफिसर जिसकी ड्यूटी है टू प्रिवेंट कमिशन ऑफ द ऑफेंस। तो यहां पर अबेटर टू बी पनिश विथ इम्प्रिजमेंट जो कि 1/2 ऑफ द मैक्सिमम इम्प्रिजमेंट फॉर द रॉबरी जो कि 10 ईयर्स है, यानी 5 साल तक जा सकती है, और इट कुड बी फाइन और बोथ। सो दिस वाज सेक्शन 56. नाउ लेट अस अंडरस्टैंड अनदर इंस्टेंस ऑफ offense of inchoate offense, and that is the situation for offense of criminal conspiracy. So criminal conspiracy has been provided under section 61 of the BNS. 61 subsection 1 में ऑफेंस दिया गया है और 61 सबसेक्शन 2 में पनिशमेंट हैज बीन प्रोवाइडेड। तो लेट अस अंडरस्टैंड अनदर सिचुएशन ऑफ इनकोइट ऑफेंस व्हिच इज क्रिमिनल कॉन्स्पिरेसी का ऑफेंस। Section 61 subsection 1 provides for the offense of criminal conspiracy जब दो या दो से ज्यादा लोग with the common object, ये पहले नहीं था, they have included this word newly under BNS. What this section says, when two or more person agree with common object this common object word has been inserted, newly inserted, which was not there in the old law of 120A of the IPC, which provides for the offense of criminal conspiracy. तो जब दो या दो से ज्यादा पर्सन अग्रीमेंट करें किस बात का? इलीगल एक्ट करने का, आइदर दे अग्री टू डू, खुद करेंगे, और कॉस्ट टू बी डन, किसी और से कराएंगे। व्हाट? इलीगल एक्ट और इट इज एक्ट which is legal but by illegal means. तो जब दो या दो से ज्यादा पर्सन एग्रीमेंट करते हैं विथ कॉमन ऑब्जेक्ट कोई इलीगल एक्ट करने के लिए, और इलीगल एक्ट का मतलब वी हैव अंडरस्टूड दैट इट कुड बी आइदर दी ऑफेंस or it could be something which is prohibited by law, or It could be something which furnishes a ground for civil action. It means it is a civil wrong. तो अगर ऑफेंस करने का एग्रीमेंट है तो कुछ और नहीं चाहिए. देखा, याद आ रहा है फर्स्ट एग्जांपल, वेरी फर्स्ट एग्जांपल, जहां पर two persons have conspired, they have agreed to murder E, लेकिन फिर कुछ नहीं किया, they will be made liable for criminal conspiracy. तो जब दो या दो से ज्यादा लोगों ने अग्रीमेंट किया है ऑफेंस करने के लिए, तो mere agreement will make them liable. ऑफेंस करने के लिए अगर एग्रीमेंट है, nothing is required more, mere agreement to commit the offense will make them liable for the offense of criminal conspiracy. This is criminal conspiracy. लेकिन अगर एग्रीमेंट किया है to do something what is prohibited by law or what is civil wrong, then in that case agreement के साथ साथ there must be act or illegal omission in pursuance of it. और ये कहाँ लिखा है? प्रोवाइजो में to the section. So if two or more person with common object, they either agree to do by their own or cause to be done by some other person illegal act. तो अगर ऑफेंस करने के लिए एग्रीमेंट है, कुछ और नहीं चाहिए, mere agreement will make them liable for the offense of criminal conspiracy. But if they have agreed to do what is prohibited by law or what is civil wrong, then in that case agreement के साथ साथ act or illegal omission is required in pursuance of it. So A और B अगर agreement करते हैं to murder C और उसके बाद they have not done anything, they will be liable for the offense of criminal conspiracy. लेकिन अगर C और D agree करते हैं कि वो tort of nuisance करेंगे ताकि E जो बच्चा है वो बिहार एपीओ के लिए ना पढ़ पाए, तो mere agreement will not make them liable for criminal conspiracy का offense, क्योंकि nuisance is a civil wrong, tort है. So what they'll be doing after agreement, suppose they have searched on Google कि ऐसा स्पीकर जो बहुत लाउड नॉइज दे, इरिटेटिंग भी हो और बहुत दूर तक लोगों को परेशान करे, that could be a search. तो after agreement they have done some act, then they will be made liable for the offense of criminal conspiracy. And state of Tamil Nadu versus Nalini का केस is the leading on the criminal conspiracy, जिसे हम राजीव गांधी assassination केस के नाम से भी जानते हैं. And citation of that case is 1999 Supreme Court. So state of Tamil Nadu versus Nalini का case is the leading on which is popularly known as Rajiv Gandhi assassination case, is one of the leading case on the offense of criminal conspiracy. Or it could be act जो कि legal है but by illegal means. Suppose if a tenant is there जिसने किराया नहीं दिया है, तो obviously landlord has the right to ask him for rent. If he is not paying that, landlord can ask him to vacate the premises. लेकिन instead of adopting legal method वो डॉन ले आता है और बाहुबली से सामान सारा बाहर फेंकवा देता है. That could be the example which will fall that act which is legal but by illegal means. So this was the offense of criminal conspiracy. Now let us see the punishment for it. Punishment for criminal conspiracy has been provided in section 61 subsection 2. तो पहले हमें ये देखना होगा कि जो अग्रीमेंट हुआ है वो किस चीज के लिए हुआ है. इफ क्रिमिनल कॉन्स्पिरेसी इज देयर, section 61 subsection 2 is the punishment for criminal conspiracy. Or criminal conspiracy is one of the inchoate offense. So punishment के लिए सबसे पहले हमको ये देखना होगा कि किस बात का एग्रीमेंट हुआ है, बिकॉज दैट विल डिसाइड द punishment of the conspirator. If there is a criminal conspiracy for doing the offense which is either punishable with death sentence or with life imprisonment or with rigorous imprisonment of 2 years or more than 2 years, then in that case again ये सेक्शन तब लगेगा जब हमारे पास एक्सप्रेस प्रोविजन नहीं है टू मेक दैट कॉन्स्पिरेसी पनिशेबल. तो अगर ऑफेंस किया गया है, ऐसा ऑफेंस करने की क्रिमिनल कॉन्स्पिरेसी हुई है और ऑफेंस करने के लिए ओनली एग्रीमेंट इज रिक्वायर्ड, इसलिए आपसे पूछते भी हैं मियर एग्रीमेंट इज द जिस्ट ऑफ क्रिमिनल कॉन्स्पिरेसी, इज दिस स्टेटमेंट ट्रू? एब्सोल्युटली ट्रू. सो क्रिमिनल कॉन्स्पिरेसी अगर ऐसे ऑफेंस के लिए किया गया है विच इज पनिशेबल विद डेथ सेंटेंस और विथ लाइफ इम्प्रिजमेंट और विथ रिगरस इम्प्रिजमेंट जिसकी सजा 2 साल या उससे ज्यादा है, देन इन दैट केस कॉन्स्पिरेटर को उतनी ही सजा मिलेगी जितनी अबेटर को मिलती इन दैट सिचुएशन, यानी जितनी अबेटमेंट ऑफ सच ऑफेंस के लिए मिलती दैट पनिशमेंट कॉन्स्पिरेटर विल बी गिवन. और अभी हमने देखा कि अगर ऑफेंस हो रहा है then in that case 49 to apply, नहीं हो रहा है तो depending on the punishment 55 और 56 of the BNS will be invoked. तो कॉन्स्पिरेटर को अबेटर के बराबर पनिशमेंट मिलेगी. इट मींस कॉन्स्पिरेसी के केस में अबेटमेंट वाली पनिशमेंट मिलेगी इफ दैट conspiracy is done for such offense which is punishable with death sentence, life imprisonment or with rigorous imprisonment जिसकी सजा 2 साल या उससे ज्यादा है. और अगर क्रिमिनल कॉन्स्पिरेसी हुई है फॉर अदर केसेस में क्या आ जाएंगे? इट कुड बी क्रिमिनल कॉन्स्पिरेसी फॉर डूइंग समथिंग विच इज प्रोहिबिटेड बाय लॉ, जिसके लिए एग्रीमेंट के साथ साथ एक्ट और इलीगल ओमिशन इज रिक्वायर्ड, और समथिंग विच इज अ सिविल रॉन्ग, और समथिंग विच इज पनिशेबल विद रिगरस इम्प्रिजमेंट जिसकी सजा 2 साल से कम है, और समथिंग विच इज पनिशेबल विद सिंपल इम्प्रिजमेंट. तो उस केस में जो कॉन्स्पिरेटर होगा उसको हम इम्प्रिजमेंट देंगे जो कि मैक्सिमम 6 महीने की होगी. इम्प्रिजमेंट नॉट एक्सीडिंग 6 months. Imprisonment not exceeding 6 months, or it could be fine, or it could be both. So in case of criminal conspiracy, if that is being agreed to be done, साथ साथ में एक्ट या इलीगल ओमिशन है, इफ दैट इज द केस ऑफ प्रोहिबिटेड बाय लॉ और सिविल रॉन्ग, या वो ऐसा ऑफेंस है जिसकी रिग्रेस पनिशमेंट 2 साल से कम है, या सिंपल इम्प्रिजमेंट के साथ पनिशेबल ऑफेंस है, देन इन दैट केस कॉन्स्पिरेटर को मैक्सिमम इम्प्रिजमेंट हम 6 महीने की दे सकते हैं, और फाइन और बोथ. So this was the offense of criminal conspiracy. Now let us see the third instance of inchoate offense, and that is the offense of criminal attempt. Section 63 says that if accused is there who is in the stage of attempt के स्टेज में रहते हुए, there are 4 stages of crime. पहला है intention, then is the preparation, then is the attempt, and the fourth and the final is the commission of the offense. तो जब accused attempt के स्टेज में रहते हुए if he does any act towards the commission of the offense, such offense which is punishable with life imprisonment or with imprisonment, and to make such attempt punishable there is no express provision, तो जो इसने अटेम्प्ट किया है उसको 1/2 of the life imprisonment और 1/2 of the longest imprisonment which is provided for that offense, or fine, or both could be avoided. So let me explain you offense of criminal attempt, जिसे रेसिड्यूरी अटेम्प्ट भी बोलते हैं. रेसिड्यूरी अटेम्प्ट इसलिए क्योंकि अगर अटेम्प्ट टू ऑफेंसेस के लिए हमारे पास एक्सप्रेस प्रोविजन है then this section will not apply. So this section says that if a person is there who attempts to commit such offense which are punishable under भारतीय न्याय संहिता with punishment which could be life imprisonment और imprisonment, यानी डेथ सेंटेंस के साथ पनिशेबल ऑफेंस वाले अटेम्प्ट यहाँ पे कवर नहीं होंगे. So if a person attempts to commit such offense under BNS, यानी BNS के अलावा ऑफेंस का अगर अटेम्प्ट होगा, that will not, section 62 will not be attracted in that situation. तो if a person attempts to commit such offense जो कि BNS में punishable है with life imprisonment or with imprisonment, and that person being in the stage of attempt, if he does any act towards commission of the offense and to make punishable such attempt, there is no express provision. तभी मैंने बोला this is residuary attempt. Then in that case, the person who has attempted such offense could be liable with imprisonment which can go up till 1/2 of the life imprisonment. और जब हम life imprisonment का fraction निकालते हैं तो कितना लेते हैं? 20 years. Or it could be imprisonment which can go up till 1/2 of the maximum imprisonment which has been provided for that offense, or it could be fine, or it could be fine as well as the imprisonment. So do remember it is 1/2. तो ये जहाँ पर 1/2 है, जहाँ पर 1/4 है, you need to keep it in your mind. You never know, that could be there in your exam. So this section 62 which provides for residuary attempt, it says that कि अगर एक इंसान अटेम्प्ट करता है ऐसे ऑफेंस करने का which is punishable under BNS, जिसकी पनिशमेंट है either life imprisonment or imprisonment for attempt, and being in this stage of attempt, if he does any act towards the commission of the offense and to make such attempt punishable, there is no express provision, then the person attempting such offense could be punished with imprisonment which can go up till 1/2 of the life imprisonment, or which can go up till 1/2 of the maximum imprisonment for that offense, or it could be fine, or it could be both. Let us understand this with the help of illustration. Suppose there is a person C, and this C has entrusted his hand into D's pocket, and C found nothing in D's pocket. क्या हम C के ऊपर attempt to theft का चार्ज लगाएं और इसकी liability करें under section 62 of the BNS? Answer is yes. So this was the situation of residuary attempt. लेकिन attempt का मतलब ये नहीं है कि it is the penultimate act before the offense, where preparation and उसके बाद कोई भी act towards the commission of the offense will be taken as the attempt के stage में. क्योंकि बहुत सारे बच्चे they have the misconception that it is only the penultimate act. Penultimate act मतलब offense से just पहले वाला act कोई attempt नहीं बोलेंगे, where preparation and attempt वहां से शुरू हो चुका है. And this was made clear in the case of Abhinandan Mishra versus State of Bihar, that it is not the every time penultimate act which will amount to the offense for the that attempt to such offense, and that case is Abhinandan Mishra. So Abhinandan Mishra versus State of Bihar in year 1961, Supreme Court has made it very clear कि attempt का मतलब it is not only penultimate act, बिफोर द कमिशन ऑफ द ऑफेंस। प्रिपरेशन जहां खत्म हो जाती है उसके बाद अटेम्प्ट शुरू हो जाता है। सो दिस वाज रिगार्डिंग द ऑफेंस ऑफ अटेम्प्ट। So we have understood first case यानी first instance of inchoate offense, offense of abatement, कौन करेगा, how liability will be made out, that we have seen. Then we have understood the offense of criminal conspiracy where minimum 2 persons are required and they'll be agreeing with common object. Common object was not there earlier, this is newly inserted thing. And if they are agreeing to do the offense, nothing else is required, mere agreement will make them liable. But if they are agreeing to do something which is prohibited by law, which is a civil wrong, then in that case agreement के साथ साथ act or illegal omission is required. Punishment we have seen कि that will be decided on the ground कि कौन सा चीज करने के लिए agreement has been done, for what thing conspiracy was there. If that is with for the offense which is punishable with death sentence, life imprisonment or rigorous imprisonment for 2 years or more, then in that case conspirator to be given same amount of punishment as to the abater in that case. यानी conspiracy की उतनी punishment होगी जितनी abatement की होती, और abatement की punishment के लिए that we know that it is section 49 अगर offense हो गया है तो, और offense नहीं हुआ है तो either it could be 55 or 56 as the case may be. If criminal conspiracy is there for doing something which is prohibited by law, or which is a civil wrong, or which is punishable with rigorous imprisonment less than 2 years, or which is punishable with simple imprisonment, then in that case imprisonment जिसका maximum amount 6 महीने से ज़्यादा नहीं होगा, or it could be fine or it could be both, which could be awarded. And the third instance has been provided under section 62, which is the residuary attempt, which says that person being in the stage of attempt does any act towards the commission of the offense and he is attempting such offense जिसकी punishment BNS के अंदर either it is with life imprisonment or with imprisonment, and to make such attempt punishable there is no express provision, then such person who is attempting the offense could be punished with 1/2 of the life imprisonment or 1/2 of the maximum imprisonment provided for the offense, or it could be fine or it could be both. So this was all regarding inchoate offense. Hope you have understood the concept. We'll meet in the next class with another topic. Till then, you revise for your exam. Good luck for your exam. Thank you for this class.